All right, next up we got Alicia. How you doing? Thanks for joining us this morning. What's your question for the panel?
Good morning, John. I have a question regarding Instagram. So if you could please perhaps have a quick look about it. But before that, I just wanted to say that I was in one of your 3-day trainings, free trainings a couple of weeks ago. And I was lucky enough, I don't know if you remember, to have won $1,000. I just want to say thank you very much. I received the money this week and I knew you were going to call me. And I said this to you on the call. I knew that I was going to receive that money to help my parents in Peru. They both tested positive and I needed the money to pay the bills. When I heard you saying about these prices, I just knew and I thought, this will be such a great gift for the universe to my parents. So thank you very much for being part of that beautiful gift. And
that's our pleasure. I think the universe gives us the opportunities. We show up, and the universe presents the opportunity to us. So, I'm so happy that you that you won that $1,000. And by the way, for those of you, if you are coming to some of our events, make sure that you do join and show up, because you know how many names I called out and people weren't there, so they lost the money. And you showed up and you were there, and you were there for the 2 days, and you won the money. So congratulations on that.
thank you very much. And I just also wanted to send you my parents' love because they knew how I won the money and they send their blessings to you. So thank you very much. Now, my question is about personal branding. And I believe it has been answered partially. I am just starting my business. I'm just starting my social media. I understand now that I have to be kind of coherent about the message that I give out. I have realized also the kind of product that I want to launch, and it's basically a body transformational program that involves a holistic way of approaching it. So body, mind, and spirit, because I'm into spirituality, but I'm also a personal trainer. So if you can see my Instagram, clearly I haven't been sending out that message. So what kind of advice would you give me to improve that? How can I get more followers, etc.? And the second question is there any way that I can grow my business initially without having to get this click funnels thing? Because you have to pay a lot of money actually to maintain them monthly. And if I don't have an income yet, what will be the best way for me to approach this situation? Thank you very much and have a lovely, wonderful day. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I'll say, for personal training, I'll tell you one of the best business models right now. So I have a friend, and during lockdown, he was a personal trainer. Well, it's not really a personal trainer. He does like Pilates and yoga and things like that. But when COVID happened, he couldn't. It was really hard for him to meet face to face with people. And I'll tell you the biggest problems with that is that when you can't meet face to face, you can't basically conduct your services. So he actually started doing these. You talk about Instagram. He was doing these Instagram lives, and he was actually, showing people how to stretch. And people will, first of all, there was like no people watching. But during COVID, like people couldn't go to the gyms either. Everyone was stuck at home. And it's funny because one of my friends just came to my house and he saw my whole gym stack. He said, "Do you know how much these dumbbells are worth now?" I said, "How much?" He said, £2,000. I was like, "Are you kidding me for some dumbbells?" Because they're out of stock. My point is that he was recording these. And obviously you can apply it to personal training. He was basically recording every single video, and he was basically, and people would miss these Instagram lives, and so he would basically download them and send them to people, and then obviously more and more people. And then do you know what he started doing? So instead of going to ClickFunnels, you can basically create a very simple membership site. Yeah, and it's a much cheaper way to do it. And basically he has around I think he's telling that 21,000 people that are paying him £3 per month. So you can do the maths there, right? So all these people, all I said, John, it's amazing that now he gets to be at home, he gets to record these videos, and he gets to put them to the internet. So that's one of the biggest business models, because you asked about how to grow the business as well. So how do you take it? How can you serve one to many? And I think with most people who are doing like personal coaching, personal training, when you're offering one-to-one services. Like imagine right now you've got 1,000 people. I mean, all these platforms right now are creating what we call the subscription models. Like, for example, you look at Clubhouse. Clubhouse will eventually launch a subscription model. You look at Twitter Spaces, you have something called super followers now on Twitter, where people have to pay to follow you. On Facebook, you have sort of membership. Disney Plus, they've gone subscription now. They're putting you can watch Black Widow now on there now, right? The Marvel film that's coming out, that you can watch it on there instead of going to the cinema. So to answer your first question, when it comes to Instagram, yes, that's a great way. If for personal trainers, it's really, really good because, and for anything that you do, anything that you can anything where you're doing when you're teaching people. There's two methodologies. I know Ed J.C. Smith talks about the coaching consulting space, and it's great if you're doing high ticket. But I tell you what's really hot right now: low premium recurring. So anything below $10 a month. So let's say all of you in the audience right now, you have 1,000 people that pay you $10 per month for your your services, your knowledge, your skills, your expertise. And there are different types of memberships you can do. You can do like a gym membership. So as a personal trainer, if you're able to, you could have a gym and people could pay you money to come to your gym. That's the first thing. Second, you could have some kind of supplements. So I have a friend that I eat these supplements, the superfoods, and I pay £500 every 2 months for these superfoods to arrive to my house. So you could have a supplement version of them. Or you could go the education route, which I think is the easiest to start with, where you can literally people ask you for your advice, and now you're getting paid per month a subscription for that. So I would say for all of you listening right now, that is the brand new. I say brand new. It's been around for a long time, but it's evolving now more so than ever with the creative economy. That's one of the reasons why I started JL.club. I started it in probably start of February, and I have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of members on there who are paying $7 a month. And they're getting, I mean, you just heard Jackson come on stage talk about it. He's a member of that, so you add a tremendous amount of value. In exchange, they pay you something that's very affordable. So that's what I recommend. And by the way, just a quick one. A lot of, I've never talked about this before, but something that I'm starting to run, which is really, I think, for those of you who've got a brand right now, let's say you've got followers. I've talked about this with a lot of my UK mod squad, that you don't want to have normal followers, right? You want to have super followers, right? Super followers. So super followers are people who love what you do, they resonate with what you do, they know your message, and they become a community. So let me give you one of the big things that's happening right now. If you want to create wealth comes from, number one, distribution. So the new currency is data. So if you have data, now you've got 1 million followers, right? You can do very, very well. That's why branding your business is so important, because you build a following. The second currency is community. The second currency, the new currency now, is community. That's why Clubhouse, everyone who follows me on Clubhouse and the UK Mod Squad, we have a community of people who show up every single day. Samantha was talking 173 days pretty much in a row. We run 3 to 5 rooms a day, and Samantha was saying we're tracking all the people that come through our rooms, and there's people that come to every single room that we run. That's called community. And so for me, I've been getting a lot of questions recently, especially from a lot of influencers, speakers, coaches, teachers, mentors, basically wanting to create something where they can focus on the content and not have to focus on selling stuff over and over and over and over and over again. Because the key here, the secret, this is called marketing, branding, and business, right? So with business, we want businesses about growth. And so for me, a lot of people have been asking me sort of privately, John, how did you start JL.club? Like, where did it come from? Like, how did you build it? Like, is it technical? Like, I'm not technical. Literally, I just put literally, it's just a 2-page. If you go to JL.club, you'll see how simple it is. It's such a basic website, but I can tell you that website converts at 15.6%. That's very, very high, right? For if anyone knows conversion. And so when we talk about marketing, branding, and business, you want to take what you're passionate about, package that into either a physical, digital, or sort of delivery type of membership, where people are paying you a small premium subscription every single month, this becomes your own community as well. Because if Clubhouse dies tomorrow, or if Twitter or Instagram dies tomorrow, you're finished. Your following's gone. But what, or Instagram dies tomorrow, you're finished. Your following's gone. But what you want to do is pull all of the following from all the social media platforms and pull that into your own community. And so that's why, and I've never talked about this before, this is the first time I'm talking about this today. I'm going to be running a 2-day exclusive bootcamp talking about how did I build JL.club to thousands and thousands of members within 3 to 6 months. So, you know, and I will charge for this bootcamp. It's not going to be free because it's going to be a very small, intimate, where I'll be teaching step by step how I sort of created it. I'll show you the figures as well. I'll show, because numbers don't lie. I'll show you how I'm promoting into it. I'll show you how to set it up and how anybody can really create something that they love to do and to create something that they're passionate about. So you're not focused on having to sell your products and services all the time. You sell it once, you get paid over and over and over again. You know, I was in Singapore and I was speaking to a guy who earns 350 million. And I said, what's the most critical success factor in business? You know, he said to me, he said, John, the critical success factor is making sure that, you know, when you create a business, if you make $1 million in 1 year, next year you want to make 2 million, you have to work twice as hard. Year after that, you want to make 4 million, you have to work 4 times as hard. And so one of the things that I learned from him is, wow, you want to keep adding to the business. So instead of working, Rob talks about this a lot, instead of working hard, you're working smart, right? This is what we call smart business, right? The new era of business now is low ticket premium. And you see that happening everywhere. The biggest companies, Netflix, even Apple TV has gone to low ticket premium. Softwares, Adobe, every single company now is moving to low ticket premium because everyone can afford it and it's on scale. So what I'd like to do, if and again, I'm going to take a small amount of people to really do this. If you would like to learn how to do this and join me on the 2 days, I'm very selective who I take on. You know, I don't do one-on-one mentoring or coaching anymore. And this is practically 2 days with me personally building it out, showing you step by step. So if you would like to attend that 2-day bootcamp, again, it is a charged for event. By the way, if you're a JL.club member, you get a discount as well. So if you are a JL.club member, then what you want to do is click on my face, scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says Instagram. So it says John_Lee_official. Click on my Instagram profile and make sure you're following me. So follow me, and because otherwise I might not get the message when you send it to me. And send me a DM with the word membership right now. Right? Send me a DM with the word membership. So membership, membership. And when you send me a DM with the word membership, my John bot is going to send you a link back to apply. Right, you have to apply to this. It's not an automatic. It's not like Wealth Master Your Life when anybody can just come in. I'm very selective with this one because JL.club is very close to my heart, and I don't just want to give away my secrets to anybody. Because I'm probably one of the few people on this platform who's been able to build a membership to thousands and thousands of members. I don't know anyone else on this platform who has done that. So send me a DM right now with the word membership, membership, and then my John bot will send you a link back. You need to click on that link and it will go to a Google form. You need to fill in your details as honest as possible, as honest as possible. And what I'll do, I'll have my team read through every single application because I only want to help people who I think I can help. I don't want people to join this program who are just, oh yeah, I'm here for the ride. Like, it's because then I don't want you to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time because all of our time is very precious. So I'm spending 2 days teaching this step by step, building it out. I'll tell you from the very start how I created it, how I grew it, and how I'm scaling it right now, and how it converts at 15 points. And I'll show you the stats for this. So once you've done that, my team will shortlist your application and we'll give you a call. Now, it's important that if we shortlist you and we send you a message to call us, if we send a message to call us, please make sure you pick up the phone because I've just checked my DMs and we've had about 60 DMs that have just come in just now. So yeah, just and I've got very limited numbers on there as well. Again, it is a paid for event. if you're a JL.club member, you get a discount. But I just want to make sure that you are very serious, that we can help you do this. So send me a DM right now with the word membership, and you'll get the link. Fill the link in. My team will shortlist you. If you get a call, pick up that call, because if not, then we'll move on to the next person. So I just wanted to add that in there as well. So hope that answers your question.
John,
And
John,
Ed,
hold on
I
one
wanted to add
second.
something.
One second. Let me just jump in on the back of that. Let's just say it as it is, John. No one on this platform, no one else on this platform has thousands of members in a paid membership site. So if you're in the audience, like I can tell you straight, you know, we've been on this app for the last 160 days. No one on this app has a membership with thousands of members like John has. So you're in a great space to learn exactly how to do it. And, you know, John is the best at this. So 100% DM John membership and getting access to that. And if you get a chance to jump in on it, then I would 100% recommend it. I'm just going to go off the back of what you know, Bangalika said, and there's no issue here with yourself at all, but there is an issue with how people view online businesses. And you said something that kind of broke my heart. You said ClickFunnels is a expensive piece of software, and that's a very I can't even stress how important that is to change your view on it. To have an online business today is the most cost-effective business in the world, and so many people think the same thing over and over again, that it's expensive at $97 to have an online business. Are you crazy? I mean, I had a traditional based business. All right, I invested 150,000 to do a test business to start up a restaurant, which, you know, took 3 years to break even. I created a beauty salon. We invested 250,000 into it, and so I've got to retrain your mindsets around starting a business today and growing a business in the online space is the cheapest, most cost-effective business you will ever have in the world. And the fact that people think, you know, paying, you know, a couple of $100s per month to have a business that can leverage hundreds of thousands, guys. No shit, hundreds of thousands. Are you crazy? Like, you know, we have clients doing $1 million revenue plus, and their overheads are like less than a couple of thousand per month. You can't get access to these sorts of things. You can't have this upscale without creating the system. So I just wanted you to understand that there will be an investment to jump into, you know, a membership with learning from John, but I don't even know what that investment is. You know, I know that it's whatever you're going to learn from it, you know, from someone that's got thousands and that he's shown us, he's seen the stats, all right, and I want you to know that, you know, it works. So I just want you to understand that reference, John. That's an amazing offer. You know, anyone in the audience that can jump in on that, 100%. You know, make sure that you DM John membership, because straight up, we haven't heard that before. All right, so this is like a one-off. You don't want to miss that one, because who knows if he'll ever do that again. Wow, John, I'm super pumped, man.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I mean, this is a one-off event, boot camp. I mean, everyone's been asking me, so I'll do it. It's 2 days out of my time, so it'll be me teaching. I won't have a trainer or a coach, it'll be me personally teaching it. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in there, because if everyone right now is using Clubhouse, so why are you not having a membership? Seriously, it's the most next logical step. So yeah, I know, Ed, you've got some questions that you'd like to run, because I know you know I've got to pop into something. So I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no worries.
Also, I know Nikki wanted to chime in on that answer as well, I think.
Go for it, Nick.
Yeah, because I wanted to share, like, I actually do have a fitness company too. I've been doing this since 2015, and I'm in New York, so it's an in-person event. So yeah, even when COVID hit, we just went virtually. You know, I know a lot of personal trainers that still do their personal training through Zoom. You know, literally, like they have their person working out on Zoom and they're coaching them through the program. I also have other people that do the membership option, the subscription. Either they do the on-demand or maybe you get like a bulk number of trainings up front at a certain price, whatever you want to call it. And if money is an issue in regards to softwares and things like that, I just want to put that out there. I use ClickFunnels too. I'm on the monthly plan. You talk about $97. I'm on the other one where it's like $297 a month. So 97 isn't anything to really sneeze at if you're really in business, respectfully, because that's just 10 people paying $10 to cover that one cost. And there's more cost involved in regards to having a business. But if you do the subscription option and the pricing is an issue, if you write down exactly all the costs associated with running your business, all the things that you need, and put together like either a subscription program and have people pay in full, give them like a month or two free if they pay for the year up front. That way you know exactly how many people you need to sign up for to cover your expenses, and you are able to pay for these softwares and programs and ClickFunnels. So that way, because you're selling the program up front and you have the money, now you can pay for stuff. Because I'm a queen for pre-sales. Like if I needed cash, I would pre-sell t-shirts, a bulk, and figure out what I need the cost to ship it out. I'll sell it, order the inventory, ship it out immediately, bada bing, bada boom. I have the cash, they have their products, and I'm good. So I don't really all the time use my money up front. I would just pre-sell it, but I also know the cost involved before I do that. There's a plan. Another option I wanted to say was, dang, I forgot off the top of my head, the monthly challenge. For me, I'm doing fitness challenges. It's the 30-day challenge that I do once a month, and you have to sign in within a particular time frame. And with that, same thing. It's kind of like pre-seller, but I know what the program is. I help people lose 10 pounds in 30 days. And I pre-sell that. I know exactly how many people I need in to cover all my expenses. And I promote the heck out of it. And I give people a deadline to get in. And then after the costs are gone, everything else is profit, So I just wanted to put that out there. There are ways to generate cash and sell your products and not have the money up front, but you have to be very intentional as to how much you need for everything. So I'm done. This is Nikki with the Pink. You're welcome to follow me on Clubhouse and Instagram because I'm in these streets all day training.
A great share, Nikki. I'm just checking. Is it David? Do you have a question for the panel today? David, can you hear me?
People got booted out. I don't know what happened.
No worries, David. Okay, I'll move on to Piranhas. Your question to the panel is?
Hi guys, thank you for everything. It's very helpful. I am an interior designer focusing on residential and commercial projects, luxury interior design and commercial projects. And in terms of online marketing, and I think Instagram is probably the main platform for interior designer because it's very visual. Other platforms like Facebook or Pinterest are also successful, but recently I joined Clubhouse, and I just want to get your advice to understand how can I make the most out of Clubhouse when I can't really present my work or showcase my work. So it would be great to get your advice on that. Thank you.
So if you could just repeat the question for me 1 second, so I could concisely answer you. I missed it a little bit.
And in terms of marketing on social media, I find Instagram and Facebook and all the other platforms that are visual very helpful, and I think it's interesting, but I don't know how I can make the most from Clubhouse when I can't really showcase my work and it's not very visual. What would be the best way to start promoting on Clubhouse or opening a room? Do you have any advice for the design-based projects that it needs to be involved in visual or showcasing your work?
Got it. I mean, if Samantha's there, she's literally smashed up her Clubhouse following from the beginning. She might want to jump in on this. I'll give you really quick ones. I mean, I would be looking at collaboration for this platform in terms of course, your business has to be visual because that's how people choose the sort of service that you provide, and so therefore it makes total sense what you're saying. How would I be leveraging Clubhouse specifically is for you, I mean, again, I don't know what your core target market is. I don't know who your core ideal client is, but I'd be looking at, you know, how can I do collaborations with people, or how can I improve my network of people that really want to talk about design? Because, hey, look, Paransa, this is a great creative app. There's loads of rooms that are very much, you know, creator centered. You know, your skill set is very, very creator centered. It's very much in the design. And so, you know, I'm driving at the moment, so I can't look at your Instagram. I'm assuming that you've already got your Instagram linked up to your account, and, you know, joining certain rooms, finding certain rooms that are talking about you know, the emotion. There's loads of, like, you know, mental health is big, right? How do you link mental health to creating a better environment at home? Like, you know, feng shui, for example, is very, you know, when you look at how people market feng shui, it's very much stress related. It's very much, you know, create the kind of space that makes you feel a certain way. So, you know, emotions, feeling, and looking, you know, creating, you know, spaces where people feel more comfortable. I'd be hanging out, I'd be talking about, you know, like your passion in a creative way, and then driving people down to your Instagram. Again, I don't know what your sales process is, I don't know what your funnel process is, but I would be directing down to Instagram, and then either sending like a brochure over to someone that was interested in what you do, so that they could go through your work on a more visual, and then jump them up into a consultation call where you take them through a process where you evaluate, you know, what's important to them, you know, what sort of project that they're looking at. You know, I'd probably put an application process in there so you could get really clear, so they fill out an application so you can tell if they're, you know, wasting your time or not. And you know, so that you know, I like project application. If you've got a project right now, you know, what's your budget, so you can see, you know, what they're willing to spend on. And you know, that's what I would be doing. Does anyone else want to add on top of that? Samantha, Diamond, you go for it.
This is Diamond, and yes, I love everything that Ed suggested. You absolutely want to be on stages speaking about what it is that you do, your area of genius, finding other people in your space to collaborate with. And once your following grows a bit more, you may be eligible to also start your own club. And I would highly recommend that you do so as soon as you're eligible to, because then you can literally create your own community here on Clubhouse of like-minded individuals in your space. That will definitely help you grow your audience. It'll help you grow your following. It'll help you grow potential clients. And that will make you have a bigger impact here on the app. Because once you have your club, you can host your own rooms on the topics that relate to your business and brand. Now, I love what Ed said about a brochure. And I would even say, consider doing a lead magnet that would encourage people to start considering going into design, something that would make them want to come and see what it is that you're doing. That would allow you to attract more customers as well, maybe a freebie of some type or informational product in addition to the brochure of your talents and skills. This is Diamond, and I am complete.
Diamond,
I have a
great
question.
share. Nikki, you go.
So for the person that asked the question, you're an interior designer. Are you looking for people to hire you to do interior design work? And that's your goal for being on Clubhouse?
Yeah, so I'm focusing on luxury interior.
Got it.
And to be honest, most of my projects are coming through word of mouth and word of mouth and recommendation. And
Okay.
Instagram, right now
Yeah,
it's
I heard
the
that part.
people ask more to see your Instagram and Facebook more than your website. So it's more to showcase your work. To be totally honest, it's not something that bring leads or generate that much sale.
It's possible, but that's another conversation. Okay. So my question is, why do you feel Clubhouse is a spot for you? Why do you feel you want to use Clubhouse?
To be honest, I joined like 2-3 months ago, and literally every single day I'm in these rooms, and I learned so much about it. And I feel like there is a really close relationship between people, and just bring people together in a really nice way. You build trust, you get to know people, and just one thing about Instagram, I think it's very visual, so you can showcase. But I'm not really good at writing or putting capture, but I'm much more comfortable to talking to people. And when they talk, I mean, right now I'm doing the school drop off. I can just constantly listen. So I learned so much, and I thought I really like to get involved, but I just didn't know what's the
How to
best
use
way to how to use it.
this
Yeah.
is off the top of my head. This is just me, and I'm gonna do something people may not like. Because based on what you do interior design. For me, off the top of my head, I can't see Clubhouse. I mean, it's not impossible, but I don't see you putting a lot of time into Clubhouse in order to get bookings for interior design, because you're location based. Unless you're willing to travel, then that's something different. If you're willing to travel wherever, go for it. Clubhouse is a space. The reason that I say that, because you're location based and it's interior design. And if you're only trying to stay within your parameters of like 50 miles, 100 miles where you live, usually with Instagram and Facebook, when you run paid advertisement, you can intentionally only target people in the areas that's close to you that you can actually do business with. Now, Clubhouse is great for networking, to getting on and communicating. A lot of people that's on here are teaching people stuff, or they're motivating people, or inspiring people, or sharing their stories. So the products that they sell isn't fixed on one location. They can teach anybody. They can have a client worldwide. You know what I mean? So if you were to use Clubhouse, maybe you can have a room where you're doing Q&A about interior design, but you put in the title that the location that you're in, so that way people know that you're located in this particular area. So if they want to do business with you, they can. The introductions on stages would be great, but because of what you do, off my head, if I was interior design, I really wouldn't put a whole lot of time into Clubhouse, trying to monetize it, because you haven't really grown Instagram. And I would say put a lot of time in the social media platform and running Google ads, so that way your messaging is shown to people that are in your area, that you can actually reach out, that you actually can do business with. You can network on Clubhouse. There's nothing wrong. Get on stages, asking questions, doing introductions, which is great. You could host a room like once a week and do Q&A about interior design. But again, you want clients. You're not really there to educate and train people. You want people to hire you. So that's my take on that, in regards to that. Because for me, I don't use Clubhouse to promote my fitness classes, really, because I mean, I can, but because it's location based and I can do remotely on audio, Zoom, that's the only reason I could do it, because I can do it virtually. I don't have to focus on people that's only in New York City. But that's my take on that. Hopefully that gave you some value, but I definitely would focus on like targeting people that's in your area and running some type of paid advertisements, and reaching out to people that's local, because you have control with the paid ads on social media. As Clubhouse, whoever gets on, it gets on. And I think that's the best use. If I were to do it, that would be the best use of my time, to target people I can actually convert into sales immediately, versus hoping somebody finds me. So that's my take on that. Hopefully that gave you some insight. And this is Nikki, and I'm done.
Parinza, I hope that helped. Samantha, you wanted to go in?
Just a super quick share, as I'm about to run off on the school run. I've got a client who is an interior designer, and she's got a nice Instagram feed. Nikki's made some amazing points there for sure. But my lady's actually hosting rooms, as Nikki suggested, here on Clubhouse and getting some traction with it. But she also has a podcast as well, and that's a way that she's definitely getting clients. So just kind of think about how you can combine all those things together. And once you get really good at running Clubhouse rooms, there's no reason why you couldn't run a Clubhouse room that's Q&A, and then take those questions that you get and use them for Instagram content. You could also be doing a podcast recording while doing a room. That's quite it takes a bit of practice to get that done, but you can definitely, I would take note of everything that everybody asks in the Clubhouse rooms, because it's a really great way of getting real-time customer feedback on what the problems people are actually having, what are they actually thinking. Because yes, you want clients in your area, absolutely, Nikki's 100% correct, but also you can just be using Clubhouse as a big massive data research exercise, finding out where people are getting stuck, and then you can use that content that you know is going to hit when it comes to Instagram and everything else, because you'll be able to use the exact words that people are actually using in all of your messaging for all the other things like ads and for content across other platforms. So definitely, I would definitely do Clubhouse rooms and have a look, because there are some other, there are quite a few going on. I think obviously we only see what the things we're interested in, the people that we follow, but there are definitely more design based rooms and clubs and things going on. So I'd go and hop along over to some of those as well. But great, amazing advice from Nikki.
Yeah, great share, guys. I hope that really helped. All right.
Thank you. That was great.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Prince. Thanks so much for being here. Corbin, your questions.
Hey, thanks for, I don't know, this is my first time being on a where you talk and stuff. First question to the panel is there, from a business marketing branding standpoint, I run an agency in a small town, team of 10 people. Is there anybody that lives in a smaller city, a smaller town on the panel?
Just ask the question if that's okay, dude.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So from a managerial standpoint, with a team of specialists, I'm having a difficult time getting my social media coordinator to talk to the branding or creative director, to talk to the email specialists, and basically cross-functional communication for the big picture strategy per client. Anybody have any tricks on how to do that?
So I have an agency, dude. We're kind of a top level, specific based kind of like corporate. We target kind of companies to do their advertising for them. If you could repeat the question, I'm going a little bit out of Wi-Fi in and out, so it broke up a little bit for me. If you could repeat it, sorry, forgive me, I didn't quite get it.
No worries. So basically, team of 10. It was a small team. It was very specialized and focused in email marketing for wineries. We did really good. Blew up in the last year, I guess, or grew really quickly. Doubled our team to 10 people. And now I'm having difficulty building the extra arms of social media as well as integrating social media with communicating to paid advertising in social media, essentially, which organic media is kind of what they're focused on, or the girl is. And then also coordinating with the email team or email specialists that are doing the email campaign planning, which is kind of disparate at this point. And I'm trying to consolidate and bring everything together with the focused editorial calendar with OKRs and marketing-based objectives with the client, but getting difficulty not having the agency silo itself for the various departments or divisions, I guess.
Dude, I'm going to give you a heads up. I don't understand what you're talking about. I think a heads up, do you mean how do you get clients through social media for your business, which is email marketing?
No. Basically, how do I get a team
Hold on,
of
I think I've got it. Corbin, are you asking
Yep.
how you have your new people that are doing like in slightly different departments basically talk to existing people and all talk together?
Yeah, just coordinate at the top level without having them want to, they all want to make their own mark and their own channel, and they all have their own tool, and their own tool works well, but all of our tools together works way better, and I'm trying to get all the tools to work together.
Dude, still, hey, look, this comes out of love and there's no judgment. The reason that you're having difficulty to coordinate that message is it doesn't actually make any sense as yet. And I mean that in the nicest way. I think sometimes we can overcomplicate language and like really, really simplistically, can you do it again? And so this is really important feedback. So for example, you know this, dude, I know you know this. When you put stuff out and it's too complicated or too jargoned, then people don't get it. And we have a team of, just to give you an idea, of about 84, right? And so therefore, I know if we're moving in a certain direction, if I cannot simplify what we need to do, then the whole team get overwhelmed. And if the team get overwhelmed, the whole thing breaks down. And so therefore, the business owner, their job is to communicate effectively, like what is happening. And look, I'm sure with some more time we could get closer in this, but still, I still.
You're good. You kind of insulted me. So then.
Thank you. All right. Next up, we have is it Azharali? Azharali? Are you there? Are you there? If you're not, just unmute.
Right, that's me. That's absolutely right. Azhar Ali, thank you so much.
Fantastic. What's your question for the panel?
So just a quick background that I'm into health and wellness, majorly about nutrition and weight loss. So when it comes to membership, there are already so many memberships around, and when it comes to content like this, people feel that it's all available for free. So why is it that one would I know that there are paid memberships? How is it that we get into a membership wherein people are convinced, or what all could be the kind of content that I should share so that people see value in paying for the membership?
Very good question. Let me give you an example. So, I wanted to learn to cook, right? So cook scrambled eggs for my wife. So who do I go to? I can go online and I can basically look on YouTube. But I can tell you this, that when I'm doing research, I want to go to the best. So who's the best chef in the world, right? Or one of Gordon Ramsay. So I look at what Gordon Ramsay's doing. I buy his course for $97. That is the problem. That there is too much content out there. You don't know which content is the best. You don't know which content. Like I have a lot of people that come to me and I say, so can I just ask you why did you enroll into this program? Oh yeah, John, because I've been hearing you, and it comes from an authority. So yes, there are lots of content out there, and so let me give you the secret here, right? This is something I'll teach on the membership bootcamp. Content for free, implementation for a fee. Write that down. I learned that many years ago, and it served me so well. Content for free, implementation for a fee. And so if you think about that for a second, there's so much content out there, but why? Like the issue is not the information. The issue is the implementation. That's the key, right? I mean, everybody knows how to lose weight. How do you lose weight? Eat less, exercise more, right? But does everybody do that? No. That's why they have a personal trainer. That's why they have these diets. I mean, all the diets are really pretty much the same, right? But they're just packaged in different ways. So that's why that for me, that's why most people will pay. That's why e-learning is now on the rise. That's why you're seeing that's why you're seeing Clubhouse, Twitter, Facebook, all the big social media platforms moving into this membership era. And that's why you better start now, because once everybody starts charging these subscriptions for the creators, it's going to get saturated. So this is a first mover advantage. This is why, and I don't know anybody else on this platform who has more members than I do, paid members on this platform right now. So yeah, you will be searching for things, but you've got to search for the right content with the right people. So that's my thoughts. Anybody else on stage have any thoughts on that process as well that you want to share?
I'll just jump in super quick because it's a little bit noisy, but I agree with what John said. Like, if you go down to any bookstore, you don't look at how many cookbooks there are and go, oh, it's just too many. They definitely don't need another one. Can you imagine if all the writers and authors of cookbooks were like, no, sorry, there's too many, I can't do another one. But when you go down there, you're like, oh, actually, I fancy something slightly different today. So there almost can't be too much, because whatever you come out with is going to be your flavour. It's going to be your style, it's going to be your personality, and there will be people who are the right fit for you, who really need you. They don't need to know, like as John said, less calories in, more burning of calories, less weight. Like it's really simple, but people don't get it. They can't do it. They can't stick to it. So they need you, and I mean they need you, specifically you, your people need you to help them stick to it, to be accountable, to tell them in what order to do things. Like your process of doing things is going to be slightly different to everybody else's process. So just put your stuff out there and as long as you're just continually saying how you can help them and give all those testimonials of people that you have helped in the past, or your own results if you don't have testimonials yet, then the right people will find you, and just keep talking about it, and you can definitely help people. And I'm a huge believer in health, because I think I'm shocked at how many people just don't take care of themselves, because your health is the only thing that you can't pay, really. Like, even with all the money in the world, you still can't actually, well, okay, you kind of might be able to cure cancer, but it's hard. So just look at it as it's your duty to help other people look after themselves so they can live long lives and have children and look after their grandchildren and run around with them and all that good stuff, and then you'll find the right fit people for you.
Credit Ninja, I want to add to what Samantha said. It's kind of like what John is doing. He has a system and a process, because it's like proven methods that he's learned over the years, and he's packaged it a certain way so that he teaches that so that people can repeat that. And at the same time, sometimes when you have the same ingredients, if I gave like Jennifer a list of ingredients, the result of that meal might not be the same, because there's different little steps that need to be done. And as Samantha says, you got to be held accountable. Otherwise, you're not going to get through that formula that you have to do. And especially with finances and credit, yeah, you can go and Google that, but it's not going to come out the same if it's not someone that can guide you through the process. So I'm going to agree with Samantha and John. Credit Ninja, I'm done speaking.
Does anybody else want to share anything? If not, then we'll go to
John,
the next question.
John Pager,
Yes.
can I just chip in there?
Yeah, Pager. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, John,
Yeah.
can you hear me? Can you
Yeah.
chip in there?
Go
It's
ahead.
so as Samantha, Credit Ninja and John says, information is, you can go on Google and find anything you want if you dig deep enough. So think about this: is people want to know your why, and people want to express your what. What they're willing to pay for is the how and the implementation, and then holding them accountable. So when you get that sort of fall in your head, is give out all the why and what you need to do. People will see, wow, okay, this is what I need to do to grow my Instagram, to close a high ticket client. But then what happens is the actual doing. That's when they get overwhelmed, they get stressed, they get, oh no, sure, where do I start? And they do a little bit, don't get the results. Am I doing something wrong? Then they'll come back to you, right? Can you tell me how to do this and show me a roadmap? That's where your juice comes in and your take, and that's what people buy from you. So think about that. Think about the why and the what you give away, and what people pay for is the how and the accountability. I hope that helps, John.
No, that really helps. And it's almost like, Vijay, what you're saying there, it's kind of what people do with franchises, isn't it? I mean, to buy a McDonald's franchise, it's like, what, $1 million now? Because you're paying for the system. It's not what you do, it's like how you do it. And you're absolutely right there, brother. Thank you so much for sharing that. Really great share. All right. Thanks so much for the question, my friend. We're going to go on to the next. Oh, I think Ahmed is on the phone. So I'm going to put Ahmed into the audience until he's off the phone, and then I'll bring him back up. All right. Next up, we have Anita. Anita, thanks for waiting so patiently. What's your question for the panel? Oh, Anita, we can't hear you. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can
Perfect.
you hear me now?
You sound very far away.
Okay, is it better now?
No, maybe you want to fix your mic and then come back. We'll go to Christy.
Is it better now?
Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah.
Okay. I said hi everyone.
Oh no,
Solomon.
you've gone out again. Sorry, Anita. I can't. You sound very far away, and when the sound quality is bad, people start leaving the room. So, yeah, just.
Is it better now?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I said hi. I'm Anita Solomon. I'm a digital marketing expert and an online business coach. Basically, I help online business owners and entrepreneurs grow through things like mindset hacks and organic digital marketing strategies. So basically, this is the issue I've been having. I've had a lot of clients who have paid me and who have actually been successful and achieved their goals, but the issue is the timing. A lot of time they don't take action quickly enough for me to get those testimonials for the social proof that I need on my page. So I guess my first question is, how do I get my coaching clients to take action quicker? Yeah.
Did anyone want to chime in before I do? Just want to give people a chance to chime in.
You go first, John, and then I'll go after you, if that's all right.
Yeah. So the way you get your coaching clients to take action is you want to give them also accountability. So typically, you know, a coach would have a coach, and basically people need to know what to do step by step. So here, what you do: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And also, if you gamify it as well, it really helps people sort of, you know, for example, if you look at like weight loss challenges, who can lose the most weight in the most time, who can get the biggest six pack, who can lose the most body fat, and then if you have a prize at the end of it, that will also incentivize people to take action as fast as possible as well. So that's some views I have. Samantha, what's your views?
I think there's amazing advice to get people to take action faster. I would dig into why you think they're not taking action fast enough, because most people go, oh, I can't get my clients to take any action. So your clients are taking action and getting results. That's something huge to be celebrated, which I'm sure you are doing. But like, why do you feel that they need to take action faster? And why is it not quick enough for you to get a testimonial? Because any testimonial from anyone, like saying that so-and-so took my advice and they got a result, that's a testimonial. So you could be following up with them in a year. It doesn't matter. They got a result because of the actions they took as a result of whatever you taught them. So I'm just curious why you think it's not fast enough.
Well, thank you. First of all, I think it's not fast enough because in as much as I have clients, I also want more clients, and a lot of time, the clients that I currently have, even with the follow-up messages and such, they always tell me things like, oh, life gets in the way, you know, family things happening, kids, work, generally just, well, life happening. And the reason I think it's not fast enough is because I actually, these testimonials will help me get more clients, which ultimately helps me help more people. So that's why I think it's not fast enough, because if I'm waiting probably like 6 months to a year for somebody to take action on something that could have been done within 3 months of dedication, then it doesn't really put across the best image, so to speak.
Okay, so I'm going to pick up on that one then. So there was lots of, and I know you're coming from a really good place where you want to help people. I get that. I can feel it in you, and you said it. But you also use the word I a lot, like I need to get more people. Perhaps either look at the people that you are attracting, because life does get in the way, like for loads of us. I'm stood behind quite a busy road at the moment and I'm still on Clubhouse. Like life gets in the way. Loads of us have got children. I'm a single mum. Like life gets in the way. None of us do anything that we want fast enough. That's just how our human brains operate. But at the same time, either look at the type of person you're attracting. You could try and get people who are super dedicated. Maybe use that messaging in, like, when you're trying to attract people. Are you the kind of person who wants to get results within 3 months? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to get those results? Are you willing to put in the time and the effort? So that might attract the kind of person who is literally going to just get rid of everything else and focus on your work for that set period of time. Or you're having success with people who have a life and the life gets in the way and they still have success. Do you know how many coaches would love to have people who still have success anyway? Because most people use that life as an excuse to not actually do anything and then not get the results. So maybe, just putting it out there, that you're the kind of person who can really help people who have life and it gets in the way and they still get results with you. And yes, it might not be in 3 months, but you'll get results within a year. Can you imagine how different your life would be if you did whatever your result is in a year? Where would you be in a year's time? So like maybe just have a little thing. It's just a different way of thinking about it rather than just everyone needs to get a result right now, because sometimes some people don't.
Yeah, it's great advice.
John, can I chip in?
Yeah, sorry, who was that? Was that Diamond?
Diamond and Beiju, yeah. Diamond, you go.
This is Diamond. Thank you so much, John and Beiju. I'll be brief. Anita, it sounds like a mindset issue for both you and your client. So it may be great to set up a expectation up front about the timelines, and how you're going to hold them accountable throughout the program, and speak to them about the pain points of what happens if they don't complete the program within that specified time, and really incentivize them to stick to the plan and remind them of their why, and spend some time around that initially in the program so they're already kind of indoctrinated to, okay, this is why I need to do it and this is my why, and use that periodically throughout the program and give rewards, kind of like what John said, gamify it to the sense when they complete certain tasks, when they hit certain milestones, congratulate them, reward them, do that positive reinforcement as well. And when it comes to your testimonials, again, incentivize them, give them some type of reward for actually doing it. Because a lot of times people will get their success and they'll keep it moving and sometimes forget to thank you. And you can say, hey, look, if you thank me, I can give you XYZ for this testimonial because I understand your time is valuable, but it's also important to me that I show results and make them feel special. Like, hey, you get to be a part of my case study, a success, make it an honor, if you will, for them to be a part of it. And you'll find that more people will really be inclined to do it if those rewards are attached to it. This is Diamond, and I'm complete.
Beiji, do you have a question?
Yeah. Oh no, I just want to follow up from what Sam Diamond and yourself said to Anita. So at the core of what I do is accountability. That's the focus. Everybody's right. You haven't set them up right, because there's a great question to ask: what does success look like, and in what time frame? Stay silent, see what they say, and then get them to sign a document for the commitment to meet those deadlines in terms of your methodology. Because if you're saying, well, I want them to finish, I'll get testimonial, energetically, the reason you want them to finish is for your benefit, not for their benefit. So energetically, it's all about them. The testimonial is just a natural consequence of the work that you do with them. So number one, are you getting the right people? When you do get them in, is there complete clarity about what success looks like for them and for you? And secondly, the deadlines. There was a survey done by the American Society of Development. They showed if someone themselves come up with an idea and take the action with no coaching or accountability, they're 30% likely to hit the target. If they have accountability, they're 65%. If they have accountability with deadlines, they're 95% more likely to achieve their goals. So for you, it's the way you set it up. Deadlines, are they coachable, sign a commitment, and have complete clarity of what success looks like and work towards that. I hope that helps. Thanks, John.
Great. And those are two great questions that Beiji just dropped there. I mean, I love that. What does success look like and in what time frame? Amazing. Thank you so much for the question, Anita. We're going to move on to the next question now. The next question is going to be coming from Christy. Christy, thank you so much for joining us this morning. What is your question for the panel?
Thank you so much. I always love coming to your rooms, and I'm so glad that you guys did a format of a Q&A. Very excited. So my question is about the subscription membership, and I'm really happy that you guys have been talking about this. I was hoping that maybe you have some suggestions, or if someone on the stage might have some suggestions as far as creating so I'm looking at doing a freemium model with the tiered pricing. There will be, I've got a line above other contributors. So there's going to be more than just myself and my team putting things on the site. I'm trying to figure out, do I have someone custom create this, or is there an already pre-built platform that you know of that would be more of a kind of plug and play type software? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there are lots of sites that I've, but honestly, like if you look at jl.club, that's just built off of lead pages. And I'll tell you why, like when you get an all-in-one, like like they function in different areas. There's two parts that when you're growing a membership, right? So how I grew JL, and I'll talk about more of this on the 2-day bootcamp that I'm running. The key here is that you need to spend more time marketing it than you do need to spend time actually producing the content, right? It's because the key to a membership is having members, right? You need to have a lot of members in it. Otherwise, what's the point in producing the membership? So that's why if you look at a lot of the standalones, and the all-in-ones, they're really good at one area, but they're stuck in the marketing side. So I found lead pages to be one of the easiest ones to use. I mean, literally, do you know, it took me half an hour to put that together. Literally, I was like, oh, a lot of people are asking me for coaching and mentoring. I don't offer mentoring and coaching. Maybe I'll just offer a membership. And then I launched it, and then people started enrolling into the into the club. And so for me, there's great softwares for the fulfillment and the delivery, like things like Teachable, ClickFunnels, Memby, which is one of the ones that I created, which we're actually evolving now into .io, which watch this space for that when it comes out. But honestly, like if you want to just keep something simple, just there's really three pieces of software that I use: Lead Pages, Wistia, and ClickFunnels for the fulfillment. So I connect all three different formats depending on what job. But the hardest thing to do, and this is why I've decided to run the membership mastery bootcamp next weekend, next Saturday and Sunday. First time ever. I've never done it before. It's like my first ever, because people keep asking me, John, I want to create a JL.club. How do I do it? John, how do you get thousands of people into your JL.club? John, how do you, like, what content do you produce? How do you produce it? How do you never run out of things to teach? So, things like that, you just want to keep it very, very simple. But the key here, Christy, is the marketing side of it. The platforms, if you're going to go all in once, the front end has got to be strong. It's got to be really strong. And so that's just what I found. I've been doing this for 15 years. And honestly, like, sometimes simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Like, you look how basic JL.club is, but it converts at 15.6%, which is pretty high for a conversion, especially on a subscription. Most sites convert at 2.3. So it just goes to shows that, something I learned from T is the ultimate sophistication. So I hope that answers your question. I don't know if anybody else would like to add to that. Anyone on the stage?
I would. It's Samantha here, but only to say, anybody who doesn't send John a message on Instagram, the word membership, especially like on this point, if you send John an Instagram message with the word membership, the easiest way to find his Instagram is literally to poke his face, go to the bottom of his profile and click on the Instagram there. You'll be able to see if you can get access to that class, because honestly it's going to be amazing. I've even sent a message across because I love to learn from everybody. It's really funny. I found the people that are really good at selling courses and memberships and information products, or really anything. The people that are really good at selling it are the people who also are really good at buying this. I learned this from Grant Cardone a few years ago, and I'm a big buyer anyway, but if you want to be good at selling something, you have to become really good at buying the same things. And the people who are on the stages are often the people that take action the fastest. Yesterday we had somebody who was on stage. I said something and she's like, I've already done it. I've already sent you a message. And that's because honestly the people that take action super fast are the people that have success. So go and learn from one of the best. John is far and away, I don't know anyone who's, let alone on this platform, anyone who's got a membership that's grown to the thousands, and I know how many thousands, but I'm not going to tell you, but the thousands of members in so few months. That's unheard of. So definitely send him a message right now. I'm going to shush because it's getting noisy.
Oh, thanks for that, Samantha. I appreciate you. And yeah, for those of you, if you're wondering what Samantha's talking about an hour ago, we had one of our sort of attendees from our last event. She came on stage. She mentioned that she was in personal training, and she asked me a question about what's the best business model now for personal trainers. And it's not just for personal trainers. This is for everybody. I mean, if you've got knowledge, skills, expertise, maybe you're good at drawing, maybe you're good at maybe you're a coach or a consultant, maybe you're in real estate, maybe you're in the travel company, maybe you're a restaurant, maybe you're a car wash now have subscriptions now. You pay a subscription and you can wash your car as many times as you want. That's how everything's going. Maybe you've got software, whatever it is that you've got. For the first time ever, I am I guess pulling back the curtain and revealing how I launched JL.club and got thousands of members on there, and how I promote it, how I create content, how I build it step by step. So I'll spend 2 days doing this. It's next Saturday and Sunday. That's probably the only time I'll be running it for a while, because my schedule's so jammed right now. That's the only time I could fit it in. And by the way, and it is by application only. Like you can't just go to a site and just sign up for it, because I want to keep it a more of a smaller, intimate setting where I get to work with people at a closer basis over 2 days, kind of figuring out what their niche is going to be, what the membership's going to be in, and then how I'll also build it live for you from scratch. I'll build a brand new one from scratch, so you can see how I do it. So you'll have the whole template built. If you can't make it next Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to send out, so you can still enroll into it. And then I'll just send you a 7-day replay so you can watch it in your own time if you can't attend actual live on the on Saturday or Sunday next weekend. But this is by application only. Like I'm not just going to take anybody to come on, because first of all, you have to be the right fit. Second of all, I myself have to be sure that if you attend, because it is an investment. This is not a free boot camp, and because it is, I mean, that the information is proven, tried, and tested. I mean, this is like my best IP that I have right now, especially for everybody here on Clubhouse. Like, you're all in Clubhouse rooms, but people are coming to your rooms for free, and it's great to have free followers. But what's even better is to have super followers. And I think, Credit Ninja and I have talked about this in the past,
Yeah, John, I
right?
want to add to that, may I? So, about a year and a half, about 2 years ago, I did a similar program on Instagram. And you know how you have a close friend button, John? And on the close friend button, you can use that as a subscription or an access button. So, what I did about 2.5 years ago, because some people couldn't afford the high level coaching and the travel hacks and so forth, was I created a close friend button. It was $1,000, and they had to apply. And I had 200 members in there, and it was just a 6 month access. That's $200,000, guys. It's that simple. And I turned it off after 6 months, and I never turned it back on. And I could always turn that back on. It will be content that is really like very high level access, but it's actually lower than my high level advisory program. But still, that's better than nothing. And then they get access to any type of in person event as part of that fee. So it's just another level of access that you can monetize on. And of course, John is brilliant at his monthly membership. So I just wanted to plug that in, that you could use all the features of your Instagram and also on this app, and then also, other automated systems to monetize. So I encourage each and every one of you to sign up for John's program. I bought his program because I only, you don't talk the talk, you have to walk the talk. So you actually, I contribute to John. I support John because, and of course, Ed, anyone I support to Rob. I buy all of his programs. And if Samantha has a program, I'll buy her program too. Why? Because we all support each other. So I encourage each and every one of you to explore and learn and grow, because if you're not growing, then you're dying. So that's how it is. You're like a tree. You have to water it. You have to give it fertilizer. You give it sunlight. Otherwise, it's not going to grow. I'm done speaking.
Oh, I appreciate that, Credit Ninja. Thank you so much. And yeah, I just think right now, we're talking about marketing, branding, business, but I'll tell you the biggest problem in businesses right now, that they are forced to make sales. Like, if you don't make sales, you don't make money. Like, every time you want to make money, you have to go out and sell something. You have to sell a product or a service. But the reason why everybody's gone subscription, you only have to sell it once. You sell it once, and that's it. You get paid over and over and over and over again. So now, if you're making 1 million in the first year and you add the same amount of members in the year after that, and then you've got 2 million coming in. And then at the end of that, you've got, on December the 31st and the 1st of January, you've got that coming in as well. So that's what I love about this whole process is the ability for us to be able to, process everything that we're talking about right now. And sorry, there's some banging in my house here, right? And so, I just think every single one of you to create a brand, because when you create a brand, you're getting followers, right? But followers is great, but like Gary Henderson was telling me that there's somebody who had millions of people following them, but they couldn't even sell like 3 T-shirts. So the hardest thing with the membership is actually getting the subscribers, paying subscribers, and that's something I've been pretty good at. And I've had many years in business figuring this out. So if any of you would really love to start your own membership and your own club where you get people paying you money every single month, then just send me click on my face, scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says John_Lee_official. Click on that, and then make sure you're following me on Instagram. And then what you want to do is send me a message with the word membership. So send me a DM right now with the word membership. So when you send me a DM with the word membership, my John bot will send you back a link to basically apply to be a part of this program. So then it'll ask for your first name, last name, email address, telephone number. Please put your telephone number in there, because if you qualify, then we do need to contact you to have a quick sort of informal conversation with you on the phone to make sure that you are right for this. If you are, then you can enroll into the program. Again, this is a paid for boot camp. It's not a free boot camp. So yeah, just send me a DM with the word event. A lot of you are sending me your number. Send me the word event, because otherwise it won't trigger my John bot. So you have to send the word with the word. Beg your pardon. Send me a DM with the word membership. I beg your pardon. Membership. 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 And then that should trigger my John bot to send you the link to apply. So yeah, I don't advertise this openly, as you know. It's not like it's everywhere. It's, you know, this is only for my community, and this is probably going to be a one-off. It's the first time I'm running. I've never done this before. So yeah, if you want a chance to get in, then just send me a DM with the word membership, and my team will have a chat to you. So
This is Diamond. I have to say this, John. I manifested this.
oh, you did?
Yes, I did. I'm serious. This past week, I have been working on content for a membership site, and I already started looking at, okay, what platforms, what can I use, what are the tools, and then here you come, not even 24 hours later, saying, oh, by the way, I got this boot camp. So I already DM'd you membership. I'm waiting on my call right now because this is exactly what I needed right here or right now. So I just have to say I'm so excited. I've used all of your camps in the past. I am a JL.club member. And I tell
Woo!
you guys, woo, the value is definitely there. Everything that John puts on is high quality, high information, and actionable, which is what I love the most. You can immediately implement, which is exactly what I do, and I've seen results. So yes, make sure you're in that DM. Wow, the power of manifestation, guys. I'm telling you it's real. Thank you so much, John. This is Diamond, and I am complete.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Wow, imagine the Diamond Club. That sounds so good as well.
I already bought my domain. It's diamonddemonofficial.club.
Wow. By the way, there's one thing I'm going to do for people as well. I've not even told you this, but they I don't know if I should say this now or not, because there's quite a lot of people in the room. And you know what? Speak to my team. If you get in, there's going to be something special that we're going to do as well. So, but we can't do it for everybody. But it just gives the people that kind of a leg up to be able to sort of promote their memberships. Because you know I run some pretty big rooms. Not these rooms. I mean, these are more of our Q&A rooms, but our versus rooms can grow pretty big. So I'll be selecting a few people to be able to come on stage and pitch their club. And then the membership once it's ready. But again, I can't do that for everybody because we have like 320 odd people in here, and if everyone's just pitching, then it'd be a little bit weird. So yeah, I'll pick maybe 3 or 4 people to be able to do that. So yeah, I think that's going to be insane. And do you know how much money I get offered to sit in somebody's room? Like £5,000 to £10,000 just to. I was like, why do you want to sit in your room and say nothing? Because they know that I can pull the numbers. So yeah, that's going to be another little bonus for 3 or 4 of you who are fast action takers. So I just wanted to put that in there. So, but we'll see. Okay, cool. Credit Ninja, did you want to say something?
No, I was just cheering because Diamond manifested it, and my high level program is called the Diamond Package. So I'm laughing to death right now.
Love it. Alicia, did you want to say something? I can see you flashing.
I'm just clapping too, and the truth is, John, I've been up here for a few minutes feeling like I'm just hanging out with all my friends. I totally forgot my question. I'm sure it was about membership. I was just like, yes, Diamond. So, no, I'm just clapping.
I love it. Anna, did you want to? I see you
Yes.
flashing. Go ahead.
Yes, hi John. Thank you so much for pinging me to the stage. Great to see everybody here. Credit Ninja, Diamond, Rob, Ed, and everyone else, and Inkechi and everybody else, Alicia. Okay, I can go on. So what I wanted to say, I'm also a member of JL.club, and I pinged you the word membership, and I'm interested in your program for next week. And I agree with what Samantha, Diamond, and Credit have said in terms of, signing up for as many programs as possible, because that's how you learn. And the question to you is the following: if you were to be starting right now, in terms of, your brand strategy, how would you do that? Know where you're at today. How would you go about? Thank you.
Anna. So, I'm a really simple guy. Like, I struggled a lot at school. I'm dyslexic, so I find it very hard to learn things. And so as I do things, I always like to simplify them as much as possible. For example, I've got a very simple formula. I call it the 3 C's, right? If all of you in the audience right now for marketing, branding, and business, marketing means how to get more exposure. Branding means how do I grow a better reputation? How do I position myself and outmarket my competition? And businesses, how do you monetize it? So I call it the 3 C's, right? So the first C, if I was starting from scratch, I would put out, the first C stands for content. So what type of content can you put out there every day? It's got to be either written, audio, or video. It's called the WAV strategy. You may have heard me talk about this in the past. So we're either putting one of these 3 strategies out there, and everyone can do it. And you know, people always give me an excuse, oh yeah, but John, I'm camera shy, so I don't want to put myself on camera. Okay, well, put audio out there. Oh yeah, but John, I don't like my voice. Okay, well, do written, right? You see, so there's something for everybody. And Samantha taught me an amazing strategy. You know, for those of you that haven't had a chance to work with Samantha as well, she's just, I mean, she knows like a lot of software. She's like, I call her the Queen Mod here on Clubhouse, but she's also like Queen software. She knows a lot of the things. She was teaching me. So let's say we're doing written content, right? People say, well, you see, people know they need to create content, but then the question is, what content should I be producing and how exactly do I produce it? So let me give you something tactical right now. So Otter.ai, if you download that app, you can basically speak into the phone whilst you're on Clubhouse and just basically click record. And it will, when it records, it will transcribe every single word that you're saying. So if I turn it on right now, it would transcribe everything I say word for word at a 99.9% accuracy. And it cuts out all the ums and ahs as well and puts punctuation in there as well. So when I'm doing written forms of content, I'm going to take that written form of content. So, for example, this room, if I wanted to, I could transcribe everything I'm saying in this room, and then I'm going to turn that into an ebook, right, or a guide. And then what I'll do is I'll remarket that product back online to people. So let's say I'm talking about marketing, branding, and business. I can market it back to people who want to learn more about social media marketing, for example, because I have 5 million people that follow me on social media. So I can do that. And then now I've got a lead magnet, so I can generate a lot of leads, and that's how I build a list of 250,000 people. So I can send an email now to 250,000 people. So that would be the written form. The second would be your audio. So right now, if you runs one of the biggest podcasts for business and entrepreneurship, he's got millions of downloads. Like for a brand, if you want to brand yourself, one of the easiest ways to get yourself a podcast. I mean, Rob helped me make my podcast. He, I mean, literally in 24 hours, my podcast was up and running. And, I've been doing this for 15 years and I never had a podcast because I'd always relied on my social media. But now I realize that a lot of people, there's this, Rob talks about this whole rise of the audio influencer. So audio now is a really big part of this, hence why you've seen Facebook just launched their own Clubhouse yesterday. Mark Zuckerberg went on it. It looks identical. You've got Twitter Spaces, which is identical. You've also got Instagram Live now, where if you're doing audio now, people go, well, John, I don't want to show my face. Well, you don't have to. Just go live and turn off your camera. And now you've got audio only. So now you can do audio only format on Instagram. And now you can bring 4 people into your Instagram Live. Therefore, if you bring 4 people in, it will notify their followers and therefore giving you more eyeballs, more reach and more exposure and bigger brand. So you have that, and you have Facebook's version as well. And even Facebook Live can do it. You can go live on Facebook. In the top right-hand corner, there's 3 dots. If you click on those 3 dots, it'll actually show it with audio only option. So now you go live with just your audio. It's fascinating that all of these platforms now. So the rise of building a brand, if starting off, this is probably one of the easiest ways to do it, right? And of course, you've got your last one, which is video formats. So there's actually 3 or 4, actually there's probably 5 good video formats just on Instagram alone. So you've got, for example, your Instagram story. If you check out my Instagram story, right? Oh, actually, it's probably ended by now because I did it yesterday. But every morning, you should all really post a story with a yes or a no, poll. So, ask a question, because when you do that, when people click yes or no, what happens is it basically hacks the algorithm to give you more exposure, right? So if every time someone clicks yes or no, it's like a like. Every like that you get, Instagram will show it to more people every time. I get 3 times the amount of reach. And Samantha tested this strategy out because she attended the last Instagram masterclass that I ran. And, for her, she was like, it reached 54% of her audience. 54%, that's a lot. That's almost unheard of. Most reach 3%. So video formats like Instagram Live is good really as well. Because, especially if you want to grow a brand, Branding means you want positioning, right? How do you position yourself, the best person in your industry? Well, the way you do it is by, first of all, demonstrating how good you are. That's the most simplest form. So when you go on Instagram, you go live and you turn off a little hack. You turn off the questions. Sorry, you turn off the comments, and it forces people to put it into the questions tab. So here's a little hack. If you now click on that person's question, it brings that question into the actual Instagram live, therefore pushing up the numbers of your viewers, and therefore you get a bigger brand and better positioning, right? And also, so then you've also got the IGTVs. IGTV is an amazing format right now because first of all, the IGTV URL can now be linked as a separate URL. So like you have a YouTube channel, well, now you've got an IGTV channel now. So people are now promoting the IGTV channels, so people can just go there and watch all the content. And now because they've got the 1920 by 1080 auto rotate, meaning if you post a video up there, automatically fill up your screen. And that's why my account just got a video now. Anytime someone watches the video, I get paid money for it. So that's another way you can also grow a business and make money from that. What else? You've got Reels. Oh my God, Reels. Like my last reel that I did was, it had, I don't know, 280,000 views. For the last drawing one I did, sorry. And another one, I'd do it exactly the same. It had 480,000 views, which was crazy. I mean, 200,000 views that I lost because I messed up the first 3 seconds. So with reels, for 15-second reels, make sure that using, obviously, trending music, trending hashtag, trending, important in the first 3 seconds, make sure you have movement. When yesterday come on stage, he attended my Instagram master. The difference between getting 30 to 40 to 1,500 views was insane. Just because I know what works, I know what doesn't work. I've been hacking the algos for a long time now, and I don't always get it right, but I test a lot of things out. So when people are starting off, like, they're really going to start thinking about these 3 things that really help position themselves. And by the way, just as an aside, because I'm getting a lot of messages now, what is JL.club? How can I join? And I know a lot of you have mentioned it. I know Anna and Diamond and Samantha and Credit Ninja, you're all part of that. So I'm just going to just tell you what it is. A couple of weeks ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I ran this masterclass. It was a 2 to 3 hour masterclass because people kept messaging me saying, John, how do you get millions of people following you on Instagram? How do you get hundreds of thousands of views on the reels? How do you do collaborations? How do you monetize? And so what I decided to do was actually run an Instagram masterclass, but it's over now. So I finished that. But because we've had so much feedback from people and really good feedback from people and people getting such great results, what I decided to do is run it again. So I want to run that in the next couple of months again. So if you missed it the first time, make sure you get on it this time. And here's what I'm going to do. Because a lot of you have been supporting me here on Clubhouse and because a lot of you are a part of this community, I'm going to do it completely free of charge for those of you who are part of JL.club. So if you go to www.l.club and you become a member before I close this room in the next sort of half an hour or so, you will get access to the Instagram masterclass for free. Now, the masterclasses we normally charge $400 for. Our bootcamp's a little more expensive because it's obviously 2 days. But for the Instagram masterclasses, they're about 2 to 3 hours each. I think the last one overran to about 4 hours. I just want to add a lot of value. But if you want to get access to the Instagram masterclass for free, then just head over to www.jl.club. And if you can't make it for whatever reason, don't worry. I will record the entire thing and I'll send it back to you. You'll have a 7-day replay to rewatch it in your own time. And if you're wondering what JL.club is, I made it super affordable. It's literally a price of a few coffees. It's $7 a month, and you can cancel at any time as well. And every Monday I'll film a tactical training video specifically on marketing, branding, and business. So, how do you take your, for example, in Clubhouse, for example, how did I get 60,000 followers on Clubhouse in 14 days? I've now reached, 332,000 followers, right? And that's been since December. So that strategy definitely does work. And how do you do social media cross-pollination? Here's the sequence you need to do it. Instagram, into YouTube, into TikTok, into LinkedIn, and you pull that into your list. That's how I gained a list of 250,000 people as well. I created another training as well on how to get 10,000 followers on Facebook in 30 days. I'll tell you why this is important. Facebook owns Instagram. Instagram cross-pollinates with Clubhouse. So that's how you get omnipresence growth in all 3 platforms at the same time. And also as well, I created another training on how to get 10,000 followers on Instagram. right? Using a $5 a day strategy. Let me tell you why that's important. Instagram now has, if you want to monetize on Instagram, you have to do a swipe up, but you need 10,000 followers to do a swipe up. So we have that as well. Also, a lot of you asking about DM automation. How do you have these automated John bots talking to me like when you're not there? I have a whole have a whole training on that. So again, I don't want to go into everything, but if you just go to www.jl.club, you'll see all of the modules. There's about 20 modules in there already. And so if you want to get access to the Instagram masterclass completely free of charge, just head over to www.jl.club. Again, become a member before I close this room, you'll get access to that. And what I'll also do as well, because I really want to add a lot of value to my community and just make it a complete no-brainer, I'm going to add additional masterclasses on top. So for example, Rob Moore, he's got millions of downloads on his podcast. His last guest was Floyd Mayweather. He's going to do an exclusive masterclass for JL.club members. He normally charges $1,000 for that, right? For a one, like he normally charges, it's crazy. And he's doing that for JL.club members exclusively. We've got today at 3 p.m., we've got Dennis Yu, who spent over $1 billion on Facebook ads. If you want to scale your business, you've got to learn how to run paid ads and make your money back straight away. So he's going to do an exclusive masterclass today at 3 p.m. exclusively for JL.club members. So make sure if you're already in JL.club, make sure you come onto that. We also have Sharon Lechter, the co-author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a massive book that sold like 30, 40 million copies. She's going to do an exclusive masterclass on how to grow a massive brand, a multi-million-dollar brand. We've also got Jennifer Chung below me, or below Diamond. She's done 6 IPOs, and she's taken companies public. She's exited from companies. She's done SPACs. She's got her own family office, which you need 100 million to be able to do that. She's just agreed to doing it for JL.club member, because as a business, where do you put it? How do you multiply that money? As to have her, she's going to do an exclusive masterclass for JL.club members. So I will be adding more and more and more and more and more JL masterclass. These are live virtual 2 to 3 hour events that I'll run on Zoom. And so if you want to get access to masterclasses completely, www.jl.club. And once you've registered on the thank you page, you can create your account. At the top, it's going to say masterclasses. That's where you register for the masterclasses. And below that, will say click here for 2021. It'll open up all of the modules that you can go through immediately. I don't drip feed the content. I give you them all straight away. You can go through it. You can see the value in there. It's all proven, tried and tested methodologies on growing your business and how I gain millions of followers, creating multiple 7-figure businesses, and taking the company public. So yeah, if you want to get access to all of that, head over to www.jl.club. So I just want to add that in there. All right. Who do we have up next? We have, is it Duno? Is it Duno? How you pronounce your name? Duno?
Yeah.
Hey, awesome. Brilliant. Duno, thanks for waiting so patiently. What is your question for the panel?
Yeah. So I run a sort of agency where it's mainly based around TikTok. I help people grow their brands on there, and a lot of people are afraid to get on the app, right? Especially because it's in video format. And what I do is I create personalized content scripts, as well as do the video editing and account growth and management. So I was wondering, like, what's really the best way to promote my service?
Did anyone, because I've been speaking quite a while, did anyone want to sort of chime in there to answer that? Or I can, if anyone would like to chime. Is anyone here, by the way? Just give me a mic flash if you're here. Christine. Nikki, did you want to answer that? Or Dale?
Oh no, I'm just listening here, John. In fact, I've got all the questions over here, but I've got a client in about 1 minute's time, so I'm going to have to jump back in.
Gotcha, no problem. All right, we've got Justice that's just joined as well. Hey, Justice, how's it going?
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Because I've been speaking for quite a while, so I don't want to take up too much time on the stage. I'm going to give people another the opportunity to sort of share. Did you hear Duno's question, and did you want to address that?
No, I literally just came straight in the room and I just heard someone saying about they've got to go in a minute, and that's it.
All right, gotcha. Duno, did you want to repeat that question so Justice can also support you on this as well?
Yeah. So I run an agency where what I do for clients is based around TikTok. I'm helping coaches and consultants get on the app and grow their brands. And my services, which is I do content scripts, personalized. They're all personalized to help them get their message out there on the app, and generate leads or use TikTok to grow other platforms. And as well as creating content scripts, I do the video editing and account management for them to grow their accounts. So I was wondering what's the best way to promote my service.
I
Okay,
can
so
help. Sorry, go ahead, Justin.
sure. I was just going to ask, what are you doing at the moment outside of obviously Clubhouse?
Yeah, so I'm just getting started. So apart from Clubhouse, I'm also using Instagram, and yeah, just Instagram and Facebook ads and Clubhouse.
Okay, so I would say, first of all, I would personally be interested in something what you offer. But the first thing is obviously people need to know that you exist. So you need to obviously figure out directly who your niche is. You can be quite broad, but I find that when you niche down in terms of what type of specific entrepreneur you want to target, then you need to figure out where they are showing up online. So if it is on Instagram, or if it's in specific Facebook groups, you need to be showing up there and kind of providing value, tips, offering advice, so people see you as the expert. It's kind of like with everything that you're doing as an entrepreneur, if you want to be seen as the expert, you need to position yourself and your personal brand so that you are like the go-to in your industry. And if there's a lot of people already doing what you do, then that's where niching down in terms of your ideal audience and who they are would really help. So I know that TikTok is something that my son's always been trying to get me on, but something that I'm like, yeah, I don't have a clue of how it works. I don't think the 10-year-old is best placed. Yeah, he has some good knowledge about TikTok, but me. So it's a case of you need to show me what is it that I can learn from you and why you're the best person to do that. And obviously, I need to know that you exist. So it's about being visible and showing up on other platforms where your ideal audience is. So if it's Facebook groups, go in those Facebook groups, provide value, potentially think of other ways that you can get people into your world through your email marketing as well. So could you run a challenge, like a 5-day challenge on how to, I don't know, get your first 5 videos up on TikTok, or how to go viral on TikTok within 30 days, or whatever it is ultimately that you are teaching and you want to lead people to, get people to get a taste of what it is to work with you. Because a lot of people might not already want to invest straight away, but also as well, they might not understand the benefits and the value of being on TikTok. They might think, oh, it's just for young people, it's just for entertainment. So that's what you need to teach them. So it's a case of raising awareness, not just about what you do, but also about what you offer and then the value that it provides to the entrepreneurs. So some sort of challenge or free workshop or something that you could do that could actually get people engaged in your audience, into your world, that you can start nurturing the relationship. But that's kind of like the bit of advice that I have got. And I think Anna's got some great value to provide you with also.
I can add also.
Yeah, okay.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
Livy. Can I go next and
Yeah,
then you'll go after me? Thank you. Justice, that was awesome. I love what you said right now to Juno. So here's what I wanted to ask you, Juno. You've been on, for example, you've been on Clubhouse. First of all, it's great that you're asking this question in John's room, because a lot of ears are listening to you and people are going to be curious and go find out exactly what you do, and you're going to get some DMs from people asking you to potentially support them. So that was an awesome move. Second, I saw that you've been on Clubhouse since February 27th, but you've not been that active on it. So there is a social media room that happens every Tuesday, and it's actually called TikTok Tuesdays. Where to get on that in that room, Nate and Alexander run it. A lot of other amazing people are on it. Then you can get on there and start pouring onto people. If you're clear on your niche, as Justice said, then obviously you can go to the platforms where your avatar is. But if you're not, a great way to find out is by serving and pouring onto people. Clubhouse is a great place to meet people. A lot of amazing people run their own rooms, and they provide exactly services, whether it's for Instagram, TikTok, or any other, or even coaching. But since we're talking about social media here and your expertise in TikTok, so I would get on as many rooms as possible, start pouring onto people. And I also recommend that you host your own rooms, and don't be afraid to just start a room, if whether you have a club or not, or you can collaborate with other people. So start reaching out to people on, like in this room. I know Nikki is an expert in the area as well. So I would just like reach out to Justice, Nikki, and others and see if you can collaborate with them and just put yourself more out there and, and get your branding. And once you figure out your niche, then hone in on it and find these people, go to wherever they're at. And I love the idea of a challenge, like a 5-day challenge. But since you're starting out, you might want to just get your name out there.
Hey, yeah, hey. So this is Nikki. So, deep breaths. Here we go. First things first, I checked out your Instagram page. There is nothing on there. And that is a red flag. I don't care about what anyone says. I would not want to contact you because there's nothing on the page. And that's just being respectfully honest because I'm supposed to be giving you money. I don't know who you are, what you do. If you just popped up like yesterday, which you just said you popped up. But the point is for a customer, they're going to be like, I don't know. I'll come back later. That's immediately going to turn them away. So I would first put content, at least 12 to 15 different posts on your social media page. It could be tips about TikTok. It could be little video clips or demonstrations about how to navigate the platform. It could be a video of you explaining, your services, a combination of all, definitions, all that fun stuff, how-tos, a little combination of everything on your page. So I would get that done immediately. So that way you have content on your page that showcase what you do and how you do it. That's one. Two, most of the people that's on this stage is in the business, marketing, sales related industry. What I did on Clubhouse was all the speakers that was on the stage, I went and scrolled down on each of their profiles and looked at the clubs they were a part of. And I clicked on every single club that they were a part of. And if that club was related to the audience that I'm servicing or related to the topic that I'm promoting, I'm joining that club. So that way, one, I'll get notifications whenever that person in the club is hosting a room so I can go in there. Two, some of these clubs allow you to host rooms inside of their own club, which means you could piggyback off their following, off their members, host your own room in the other person's club and build your following and your credibility. That's exactly what I did. I joined a few clubs. We used to do Q&A sessions for like 4 to 5, 6 hours. We did challenges for 5 days, and that's how I grew and got sales my first week on Clubhouse. I would say that. The other thing I want to suggest is, yes, like they said, go on other people's stages and contribute to the conversation. John talks about if there's a room dedicated to your topic, offer a few tips. And the last thing host rooms, challenge, tag it. I forget, but join other people's clubs, host rooms, and make a list of 25 people that's on TikTok. So once you start following leaders or who's the go-to people or who are TikTok, I will make a Instagram page. Follow them, turn on notifications dedicated to either TikTok or dedicated to something. You're immediately in there. Immediately, you're consistently showing up. You're going to check out your page. And then, like I said, you can just have control over your space to the audience. And I'm going to be, you need to build your own platform. You need to build your own broadcast. I can take that away from you. Check the link in your bio on Instagram, but have had the Q&A sessions for Instagram into a PDF, and then I made it a lead magnet. So every time I did a room, and I'm gonna get tips and tricks about my Instagram page, but I always drive people back to my list because at the end of the day, Clubhouse could shut down, Instagram could shut down, Facebook could shut down, but you'll always have that list. If you back it up into a hard drive, you good to go regardless what happens. You can still reach out to these people, you can still generate money. So this is Nikki. I'm done. You're welcome to follow me on Clubhouse and Instagram. I'm in these streets all day doing trainings, and I'm done.
You said that
This is Christy. Can I add too?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just want to make sure, since your target audience is and you're going to find a lot of them, especially the ones that need TikTok help, are also going to be on LinkedIn and active as far as reading the feeds on LinkedIn. They're also the type of audience that's going to check LinkedIn to verify. So I just want to make sure that we also suggest to you to name your business, get on there, talk about what you do on there. You can create a cover photo in Canva. I just took a look at your profile. If you want, there are lots of classes on LinkedIn, on Clubhouse that you can come to get free advice as far as like what to put on the profile and how to optimize it for keyword search and everything. But I know that your target audience, because a lot of them are either people that I've worked with or people that are friends of mine, and they spend a lot of time on there and they do want to know about LinkedIn. So if you can be on there, not just with a complete profile, but also posting as a thought leader in the in the feed, sharing tips, giving away free advice, and then, and John mentions this a lot too. It's, you want to give away the advice, and then people will pay you to do it for them, to implement it for them. So so definitely keep coming back to this room as well. The UK Mod Squad is fantastic, but also get on LinkedIn and get active, because you'll find a lot of your prospects are going to be there, and they would love to have some help with TikTok. But you're going to have to show up and have a profile that they can read through and be able to validate that this is what you do. Give them some examples, things like that. So I hope that helps, and best of luck to you.
That's great advice. Thank you so much. Amazing. Thank you so much for that question. All right. We are now, we've by about half an hour on this room, because I was supposed to start my versus room in a couple of hours. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if Rob is around, because I know he was just popping out and popping back in. If not, then that's okay. Oh, by the way, if you haven't done so, make sure you are following all the speakers as well. I don't think I've actually asked anyone to follow all the speakers. On this stage, you have some amazing heavy hitters on this platform, and they're in some amazing rooms. So make sure you click on their faces and make sure that you are following them on Clubhouse. And also above Ed's green head, you'll see a little greenhouse. Click that little greenhouse and make sure you're following the Entrepreneur Millionaire Secrets Club. And sometimes we don't run these Q&A sessions that often. It's kind of occasionally. So if you do sort of have questions, you want to come on stage and ask questions to our panel of experts, then make sure that you are following the Entrepreneur Millionaire Secrets Club. Because I know Clubhouse are thinking of starting monetization for the clubs as well. So that's going to be quite interesting when that happens, because you might have to pay to get into these rooms in the future. So make sure you are following the club. And also, if you love the rooms that I run, and if you've been following me for a little while, if you click on my face and next to the follow button, if you click that bell icon, set it to 5, so you'll be able to get access to the rooms. For those of you that you do. This format was a little bit of a different. A lot of questions over the last. I started at 7:30 a.m. this morning, so we've been going for about 2.5 hours now. Almost 3 hours actually. So when we end this room, we'll be starting another room, the versus room, which is my normal room. That's when we have an amazing discussion. We're actually going to be talking about passive versus active income. So it kind of goes really well with this. So we'll be starting that at around about 1 p.m. UK time. So 10, 11, 12, about 2.5 hours time. And we'll definitely talk about that. So I just want to thank Credit Ninja for being a part of this, the mods, Ed, JC Smith, Diamond, Samantha, Rob, and Jennifer. Thank you for being moderators in this room and really supporting our audience. And thank you for all of you for your amazing questions. And for those of you on the stage, you also supported the questions in the audience as well. Thank you so much for that. Make sure, again, you are following not just the moderators, but all of the speakers on this stage, because they are epic at what they do, and they have some amazing shares. So we'll be back at 1 p.m. UK time to talk about how do we create passive versus active income. So that's going to be an interesting conversation. Have an amazing rest of your morning, and I'll see you all in 3 hours. Bye for now. Bye.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, John.
See you later. on this stage because they are epic at what they do and they have some amazing shares. So we'll be back at 1 p.m. UK time to talk about how do we create passive versus active income. So that's going to be an interesting conversation. Have an amazing rest of your morning, and I'll see you all in 3 hours. Bye for now. Bye for now. Bye.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. Bye-bye.